All right, Nissan Pathfinder. This is an 06. We're doing front struts. And I'll also do a video, if I can. Wait a minute. That's gonna be tough to get to, but we're gonna do the rear shocks as well. They're not too bad to get to. It's kind of stuffed in there. Ow. Anyway, first video at the new shop, so let's get you can do this on the ground. You don't have to have a big lift. Support the front and pick it up by the frame. But also, if you have a secondary means to hold this control arm up, that'd be great. So I'm going to try to do this without disconnecting this sway bar. I might go ahead and do it anyway, but you got this nut and bolt to loosen, and then up here, hold on, let's see if I got a light. There we go. So you got 1, 2, 3. So 3 nuts. They're 14 millimeter. I believe that's a 19, maybe a 21. I'll put it over. I'm just using a transmission jack just to hold this lower control arm up, but get the sway bar. Go ahead and get it out of your way. So take that nut off. I use, what do I use? 17. So 17 will pop that sway bar out of your way, so this bolt will come out. Pop it out. Pop this 1 3 off. Should be able to pull it out. Bolt out. Nuts off. Out it comes. So wiggle that thing out of there and you're free. I've got to replace this, get you a loaded one if you don't have a spring compressor. I'm going to have to rebuild this one, so I may have to pop that out of the way to get this out. But anyway, I'm going to use the old coil springs and rebuild it with the new struts, and then I'll show you the process of putting it back in. So we've got our fully assembled strut, and to put it back in, all I'm going to do is line those holes back up, and that bolt back up. I'm going to tighten it all back to spec. We're gonna call it a day. So those 3 come through, put the 14s back on, put that back on, put the 19, I think it was a 19. Anyway, you'll figure it out. And I'm gonna do the other side, and then all we gotta do is put our sway bar back in place on both sides, and you have successfully changed your front struts. If you don't have a spring compressor like we do, don't try this. I mean, you can get the rentals. I just don't trust them. They're not the safest thing you'll ever use. But anyway, you can do it if you need to. But we just reused the old coil springs, put the new strut in, new shock, and made the strut assembly together. And I'm gonna get him back on the road. So hope that helps somebody. If you're doing it on the ground, again, support it by the frame. You do not have to put a jack under the control arm. I do, just to give me a little more control. If you got 2 jacks, if you got a jack and a jack stand, you can do this fine in your garage without having to go to a shop, save you a good bit of money. But if you need us, come see us, Crutchfield Automotive.